Lesson 2L, Organic Compounds. Organic compounds are covalent compounds that include the element carbon. Organic compounds are found as a major component of all living things like plants, animals, and microbes. Organic chemistry is the study of living things. Organic compounds are covalent compounds with a major component being the element carbon. There are some exceptions to the carbon-containing compounds being organic, and those include oxides like carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, the carbides like calcium carbide, and the ionic carbonates and carbonites, example, sodium carbonate. Carbon is a unique element as it has 4 valent shell electrons. This allows for carbon to join to other carbons using single bonds, double bonds, and triple bonds. It allows for other carbons to join to one another in short chains or long chains, or even in rings. This large variation in carbon bonds allows for very complex molecules like DNA or protein. In grade 10 science, we will look at 2 types of organic compounds. The first is the hydrocarbons. These are organic molecules that only contain carbon and hydrogens. In these pictures, the black is carbon and the whites are hydrogens. The molecules can simply be a single carbon and 4 hydrogens, or many carbons and many hydrogens. The simplest hydrocarbon is methane, carbon tetrahydride. It is a single carbon with 4 hydrogens, which allows for carbon to fill its valence shell. Here we have the structural formula, the ball and stick model, and the space filling model. Methane is CH4, ethane is C2H6, and propane is C3H8. Next are butane, C4H10, and pentane, which is C6H12. This is followed by hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, and decane, which uses the Greek prefixes. Notice how all the names end in ane. This indicates that they are all hydrocarbons, with the carbons and the hydrogens bonding using only single bonds. All hydrocarbons are flammable. Methane is also known as natural gas. Propane is used in barbecues, and butane is found in gas cigarette lighters. The next category of organic molecule is the alcohols, where a hydroxyl group, OH, is attached to the carbon chain. The hydroxyl group is simply an OH group. It's an oxygen bound to a hydrogen. As a ball and stick, this is what it looks like. The red is oxygen and the white is hydrogen. You will sometimes see it drawn without the stick. This is called the space filling model. Here are some common alcohols: methanol, ethanol, and isopropyl alcohol. Methanol is simply the hydrocarbon methane with a hydroxyl group replacing one of the hydrogens. Ethanol is ethane with an OH group, and isopropyl alcohol is propane with a hydroxyl group added to the middle carbon. If the OH was found on the end carbon, it would simply be known as propanol. Notice how all the alcohols end in OL? This indicates that the organic molecule is an alcohol with an OH group, hydroxyl group, attached to one of the carbons. Alcohols are often good solvents, are toxic, and flammable. Isopropyl alcohol, for example, is rubbing alcohol that you buy in the pharmacy. It is flammable, it is used to sterilize things, and is a good solvent.